Can you touch on linear and exponential thinking in our businesses?
Sure. So, humans by our nature, we're linear thinkers. We evolved in a world that is very linear in nature. If I said to you, hey, where are you going to be if you take 10 steps or 20 steps or 30 steps, you could probably very clearly, sort of like say, I'll be over there and over there and over there. And we have a sense of linear thinking.
Yeah.
But if I said to you, where are you going to be in 30 exponential steps, and exponential is a simple doubling, 1 becomes 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So where are you going to be in 30 doublings? Very few people would say, oh, I'm going to be 1 billion meters away, 1 billion paces away, which is 26 times around the planet. That kind of disconnect between 30 steps and 1 billion steps is craziness, right? And
it's hard to imagine.
And it's hard to imagine, and we don't think that way, but computers do. Computer speeds are doubling. And so what's gone on is there's a set of technologies, and we study this at Singularity University. You've come to one of our programs recently. We'll talk about that in a minute. And we study all the technologies that are growing exponentially, the most powerful technologies in the world that are doubling in power performance every year. And they're all based on the growth of computers, computational speeds, Moore's law, the fact that the computer you buy today is twice as fast for the same amount of invested dollars as it was 12 or 24 months ago. And the example I use in linear versus exponential thinking is a cornerstone American company, Kodak.
Yep.
So, in 1996, Kodak was a 100-year-old, mainstay company in the United States, known around the world, throughout the U.S., $28 billion market cap, 140,000 employees. That was 1996. Today it's bankrupt. And as you know, the technology that bankrupted them was a digital camera. And what really is crazy is that they invented the digital camera. They had patents, but they didn't know what business they were in. They thought they were in the chemicals business. They thought they were in the beautiful photograph, high-resolution imagery business. And this digital camera, when it came along, was perceived to them to be a toy. It was perceived to be, it makes crummy photographs. But they didn't understand exponential growth because those digital cameras became much better, doubled in resolution every year and got better and better and better to the point where it put them out of business. And then in 2012, the same year that Kodak went bankrupt, another company called Instagram, also in the digital imagery business, and if you guys don't know this, your kids do, but Instagram was bought by Facebook for $1 billion with 13 employees. And I think about, it's staggering. I think about the difference between Kodak being a linear thinking company and Instagram being an exponential one. And if people are not cognizant, if they don't understand the power of this exponential thinking, they can be the next Kodak. And they don't want to be that. They want to be partnering with the Instagrams. They want to be figuring out how can I use that technology to help me leapfrog the competition, to help me really stay ahead and use tech to be on an exponential curve versus a linear one.
And frankly, we, all of us, better be on the exponential path because today that's only happening that much faster. You're going to see so many more of the Kodaks of the world going out of business, and let's not be one of those. Singularity.
Yeah.
Singularity University, touch on that a little bit. How that organization got started. Who were some of the founders?
Happily.
And where you at?
So what I realized is that there are very few places in the world that you can go, as you have as a CEO, and really learn about exponential technologies. We talked about how important they are. And if I'll rattle off sort of the range of them, they're all based on the fact that computers are getting faster and faster at a very predictable rate.
And lower cost.
And lower cost. So on top of this computational curve, we have a whole set of technologies. Ubiquitous networks, right? GPS, cell phone, Wi-Fi, all these networks getting more available everywhere, all the time, cheaply. And then the sensors that are getting on, there are sensors everywhere, whether they're cameras in our environment, whether they're sensors in our phones, we're getting the ability to understand and sense everything in our environment. And then artificial intelligence. Google is an artificial intelligence, right?
Yeah.
The ability to be able to know and provide information about any question that you have. And artificial intelligence is also known as AI, is becoming basically the backbone of the internet. There will be, and we talked about what IBM did with the Watson supercomputer winning the game of Jeopardy. The ability for computers to understand what we're saying, ask a question, and answer it. Siri on the iPhone is an example of that, but it'll get 100 times better, 1,000 times better. Exponentially. Robotics. The whole robotic realm is exploding. Google's autonomous car is a robotic future industry, and it's a combination of AI and robots. But robots will enter our workforce. It'll be the technology that stocks our shelves, that distributes our information. I mean, it's going to transform the labor force throughout the world. Digital manufacturing, 3D printing, the democratization of printing, where instead of manufacturing all in one place, printing eventually is going to be distributed in locations around the world. I mean, 3D printing, where you can manufacture something locally at your shop, at your home, wherever you might need it. Synthetic biology, digital biology, the notion that biology is a programming language, that I'm going to design a life form that's going to manufacture a particular protein or fuel for me. We're entering a very bold future in which whatever we can imagine, we can create. And so, really thinking about understanding a sense of where these technologies can go and re-envisioning what business you're in. So you're not in the chemistry business, you're in the imagery business, and digital cameras are a better solution. That's the way you need to be thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the executive program? That's what I wanted to ask you about was, I think having attended Singularity, amazing campus right in California and Nassau grounds, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where the executive program is at today, maybe how viewers, if they want to look into the executive program,
sure.
and what it might be.
We run a program 6 times a year for executives. It's limited to 80 executives per program, and we're, as you said, in the heart of Silicon Valley at the NASA facility, NASA Ames, next to Google. Our founding partners are amazing companies: Google, Autodesk, Nokia, Cisco, Genentech, NASA, and we teach executives in a 7-day program about where these technologies are today and where they're going to be in the next 2, 5, and 10 years. And it's very simple. It's the website is singularityu.org, singularityu for university.org, and you can sign up for the program there. It's a week long. It is told to me by executives it's the best educational experience of their life.
Yeah, and I think, quite frankly, it will change your life. It will open up your mind. It will bring new concepts, new ideas. If you're an entrepreneur, an executive, or simply want to be a leader in your organization, I think this is something that we all need to be looking into soon.
Yeah. Other things people can do, I write a blog twice a week, and I talk about these exponential technologies and these exponential organizational tools. And it's the blog for my next book called Bold, How to Make Your Dreams Come True and Solve the World's Grand Challenges. It's an audacious title. But some of the technologies that are out there that I'm learning about, why not exactly? Learning about gamification and data mining competitions and crowdsourcing and crowdfunding. Extraordinarily powerful technologies that all of us can use. And I'm interviewing the top CEOs who either create this kind of technology or use this kind of technology. And it's really a blog focused on how is it useful to you. So if people want to sign up for this, it's free. It's just go to my website, diamandis.com, diamandis.com, and you can learn about, literally how some simple tools that are available for free are worth millions of dollars to CEOs out there. And I'm very proud of the kind of knowledge I'm bringing out to folks.
Yeah, and you should be.
Thank you.
Amazing.